Aurora, good morning, Aurora, good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And indeed, you are watching Aurora Weather, the second largest city's first daily weather report here on Good Morning Aurora. As always, the weather comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you guys here locally. I hope you're all having a blessed, positive, and fantastic day out there. There's a lot going on. It feels really good outside. It's a little bit of cloud and haze in the sky, but we will talk about it, break it all down for you guys so you know what's going on today, the rest of the week, and indeed behind me into the weekend. So today we can expect a daytime high right here of 89 degrees with a daytime low of 80 degrees as well. Now, we can expect humid conditions today. Seems like there will be cloud cover with us all day long, so let's be aware of that. Let's be prepared for that, okay? Now, as we get into this evening, take a look at that. 73 degrees for the nighttime high, 68 degrees for the nighttime low. Storm chances increase overnight. There's a 30 to 50% chance of storms right now predicted. That is what they indicate may potentially increase. Friday, going into tomorrow, take a look. 91 degrees for the daytime high, 83 degrees for the daytime low. A cold front passes through, but it indicates also that there is a 40 to 50% chance of thunderstorms on Friday, tomorrow. So let's be aware of that. Now, getting into tomorrow night. Take a look, 66 degrees for the nighttime high, 56 degrees for the nighttime low. Now, there's a note here that storm chances are a potential in the evening. There is a 20 to 30% chance of thunderstorms right now. So it appears, let's pause real quick. It appears that today may start rainy conditions, thunderstorm conditions, okay, which could potentially be with us into the weekend. Friday night looks like they'll go away on Saturday. Saturday looks like it'll be a nice, bright and sunny day. 84 degrees for the daytime high, 77 degrees for the daytime low. No cloud cover predicted during the day on Saturday. Now, as we get into Saturday evening, clear skies look like they continue into the nighttime. 67 degrees for the nighttime high, 59 degrees for the nighttime low. Cool, nice, pleasant, non-cloudy conditions. Saturday night taking us into Sunday, 83 degrees for the daytime high on Sunday, 75 degrees for the daytime low. There's a high swim risk as well on Sunday for those out there by Lake Michigan. Now, on Sunday, it looks like we'll have a nice, bright, sunny day with a little bit of wispy cloud cover, a little bit, okay? Sunday night, take a look. 63 degrees for the nighttime high, 51 degrees for the nighttime low. That high swim risk persists into the evening time. So if you're swimming at night, be careful. A little bit of cloud cover predicted Sunday night. Transitioning into Monday of next week. Take a look at it. 76 degrees for the daytime high, 70 degrees for the daytime low on Monday. Continued high swim risk is possible, but it looks like it'll be a nice, bright, sunny, beautiful, sunshiny day on Monday of next week. Now, Monday night, check it out. 59 degrees for the nighttime high, 49 degrees for the nighttime low. A little bit of cloud cover, no rain, no thunderstorms predicted for Monday night of next week. Let's recap. Today, daytime high of 89 degrees with a daytime low of 80 degrees. Friday, tomorrow, 91 degrees for the daytime high, 83 degrees for the daytime low. Saturday, 84 degrees for the daytime high, 77 degrees for the daytime low. And on Sunday, 83 degrees for the daytime high, 75 degrees for the daytime low. Don't forget that there's a high swim risk probability on Sunday. And then Monday, 76 degrees for the daytime high, 70 degrees for the daytime low. Monday next week. So it appears that it'll be a little bit of a cool front passing through, and then Monday morning, 76 degrees for the daytime high. That is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a great show for you guys this morning, and we're going to show you some footage behind the scenes with our dear friends of the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation. Put your fives up. Let's do it. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:06 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Before we get started, I want to say a good morning to it looked like a blue Toyota Sienna. Whoever was in the blue Toyota Sienna this morning on like Galena and State, I think it was. Galena and State, one of those streets right there. Good morning to you as well. Somebody in the car was going past and was like, "Good morning, Aurora." Shout out to you, whoever you were. Blue Toyota Sienna, good morning to you as well. The time is 9:07 a.m. I hope that all of you are feeling good today, feeling blessed, feeling energized, and ready to go. There's a lot of good stuff happening out there in the streets of Aurora right now. Many good things are happening. You guys saw the ribbon cutting that took place for the new youth center on the east side of Aurora. That is a fantastic job. Kudos to Ralph Jordan of the Aurora Housing Authority as well for his accomplishments and all the things that he's been doing. That's going to be a boon to the community. Also, the Quad County Urban League and Spark, strong, prepared, and ready for kindergarten as well. All three of those organizations plus more are going to be taking part in this great youth center. So I want all of you to support it, please. Now, today's going to be an interesting day. I took a trip recently to the here's a text. Thank you for texting me on the air. Sorry about that, you guys. I took a trip recently to Chicago, up to the north side, and it was awesome. It was a really good time. And I got to meet and take a tour of the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation offices. What was interesting about this was that the foundation does a whole lot, not just for Latinos, but for communities as a whole. So I'm going to show you guys some of the footage today that we did. We conducted three very short interviews. The first was with Marcelo Velasquez. He's the person who introduced me in tandem, or in a tangible fashion rather, to the Caucus Foundation. He's the guy who brought me in. Shout out Marcelo. Marcelo has an amazing story in his own life. His own personal story is, that's a whole nother episode. That is something else. Shout out to Marcelo. We got to meet Kimberly, and then we got to meet the executive director, Osvaldo. Osvaldo is a great guy, and he spoke to us about the mission of the Caucus Foundation and what it does. Now, a lot of people may think, okay, it's the Illinois Latino Legislative Caucus Foundation. What does that got to do with me if I'm Greek or if I'm black or if I'm Indian or if I'm this, that, and the other? Well, hold on. The issues that affect communities don't have colors. Cancer affects everybody. COVID affected everybody. The lack of housing affects everybody. The lack of clean water affects everybody. The lack of jobs affects everybody. So it doesn't matter what the L in the acronym stands for. What's more important is, what is the work that's being done, and is it helping me or is it not? It's just that simple. And the work that the Latino Caucus Foundation does helps everybody. Zor Zapata, good morning. Daniel Calderon, good morning to you too. So what we're going to do is, the RAICES conference is coming up as well. It's on the 19th of this month, and we plan on going to it. We were at the last conference, which was last year, and that was at the at Malcolm X College. I saw Zor there. That was crazy. It was at Malcolm X College. That was a really good time. This one is going to be at Rosemont, up in Rosemont Convention Center, I think it is. So we plan on going to that. We're looking forward to that, and we're excited for that event. So now I'm going to show you guys the footage. So the first clip that we're going to show you guys is our initial introduction to the Caucus Foundation with Marcelo. Marcelo brought us in, and he started the tour for us. So right now, we're going to go to clip one, which is myself being introduced by Marcelo Velasquez, who does outreach for the foundation. And his intro, first time on camera ever for this brother. So please be aware of that and stay tuned. Let's show it.
Hi, my name is Marcelo de Jesus Velasquez. I'm one of the policy managers at the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation. Mi nombre es Marcelo de Jesús Velázquez. Yo soy uno de los managers de Public Policy aquí en the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation y le vamos a enseñar a la oficina de nosotros y la gente que trabaja para nosotros. We're going to take a tour and I will introduce you of not just the place, show you the place, the tour, but also introduce you to some of my colleagues that work for the foundation. So this right here, this desk is where my colleague and deputy director, Elizabeth Gutierrez, is stationed at. Over here, my colleague and friend, Kimberly Fair, she's one of the policy managers out of the foundation, and this is where she's stationed at. And this station here is Marisa Leal. She is a policy fellow at the foundation. And here is where I'm stationed at. That's where the little magic goes and happens. Over here is my boss says no, he wants you. He's just I'm introducing the members and where we work at. Yes, this is Osvaldo Alvarez. He's our executive director of the foundation, and this is where his magic happens. This here is the kitchen, and this are employees of ASIS. Uh, um, as you already can see, this is the kitchen, la cocina, donde se come. It's where we eat, we congregate, we kick it, we do a lot of things here. And this space over here, en esta área aquí, esta is the multi-purpose area. This is where we do the conference meetings. This is where we do all staff meetings. Um, this like booths are booths that we can actually like separate ourselves and like take Zoom meetings and any type of other meetings, in-person meetings and stuff of that nature. Um, or if you want to just have lunch by yourself and you want to have your own booth, you don't have to eat your lunch at in the kitchen. Um, this is another like cubicle slash office that is many different members use. You know when they actually need um, to be exclusion and to be able to be separated, to be able to have their own meetings and anything that needs to be done. And the same goes with the cubicles here. You know, yes, this was a gift, I believe, that was given to Assis. And Assis, as you can see, it got all the flags, and most of the flags, I believe, of the nations in Latin America. You know, as you can see, you see Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Colombia, um, Ecuador, um, Venezuela, Mexico. Um, and that was another gift that was given to them. And as you can see, Assis is a healthcare service organization. It's a 501c3, and actually I want to say the CEO, or she might be just the executive director. I don't know what's the title, but she also happens to be one of our board members, one of the board members of the foundation, of course. and here are the offices, some of the offices of ASI, and we're coming back around to the foundation.
Team. So as I mentioned, that was Marcelo Jesus Velasquez. He does outreach for the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation. He's a good dude, good brother, and like I said, that was his very first time being mic'd up on camera and doing anything like that. So he right at the when we finished that little clip, he was hitting me up. He was like, "Hey man, like make sure it looks good, man. Make sure make sure it looks good. Make sure it's showing me at my very best." And I think it does show him at his very best. He's got an amazing story. He's a great man. He's doing great and positive things in the community, and he's a good brother. So shout out to Marcelo. 9:18 is the time. So the next policy conference that's coming up with RAICES is once again going to be at the Rosemont Convention Center. It's going to be a really good time. It's on the 19th. I think registration is currently closed for it. So please, if you did not register already, keep your eyes open for next year's event. And it's going to be a really good time. There's a whole lot involved with the Caucus Foundation and all of their RAICES conferences. There's workshops, there's panel discussions, they give you lunch and all kinds of cool things, and there is events that take place afterwards. So it's going to be really cool to be a part of it. 2 years in a row. I'm looking forward to it, and we will report to you guys on it. I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens. We might even go live from it. You never know. I mean, there's no telling what may happen. Okay, Luis Elena Brambilla Guerrero is here. Good morning to you as well. And also, if you did not see yesterday's interview with one of the Kofi moms, check it out on Buenos Dias Aurora's page. It's also been shared to our Good Morning Aurora page. It's a really good episode and a really good interview. The next clip that we have to show you guys is from Kimberly. As Osvaldo mentioned in the clip, there's a couple more members of the team as well. One of them is Kimberly. So now we'll show you Kimberly's introduction on camera and some words from her.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Fair. I'm one of the policy managers with the foundation, the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation. And it is so great to say a few words to you. My role at the foundation revolves around getting the conference ready, writing the RAICES reports, and also leading some of our policy initiatives here at the foundation. And so our mission, of course, is to advocate for the needs and wants of Latinos throughout the state of Illinois. And so we want to do just that. And to do that, we would like to invite you to our annual conference, our 2024 RAICES Public Policy Conference. This conference is about the people, it's about getting you engaged, and about informing public policy. So it is September 19th, this or next month. Please be there. We will have lots of members, lots of conversation, and our wonderful keynote speaker, Juan Gonzalez. I hope to see you there.
Fair, great person once again to be brought in as an outsider, as an outside news guy, to be brought in and meet the team and see the day-to-day operations was really special. I appreciate it very much. And even before that tour, you guys were seeing news from the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation on this show. I guarantee you will see more of their great work advocating for the needs of all Latinos in the state of Illinois on our program, Good Morning Aurora, and by extension Buenos Dias Aurora. The time is 9:21. Now, the last clip that we're going to show you guys is some is some words from from the executive director, rather, of the Caucus Foundation, a gentleman by the name of Osvaldo. Osvaldo has some very inspiring words about how the Caucus Foundation started, and also its mission. So I want you guys to take a listen to Osvaldo and all that he has to say. And after that, I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to mosey into the sunset for this news day. So after this clip, that will be the end of Good Morning Aurora for the day. Now, two things before we go. I want to say that on this Saturday, River Edge Park is having an event. Tusk is going to be playing, and we'll be there celebrating and showing some love to some people, on Saturday. And then also, I want to mention that in 2 weeks, there's going to be, 3 weeks, there's going to be another great community event, Coffee and Conchas, the Neighbor Project, Aurora Public Library, coming together, and Coffee and Conchas. And in the future, you're going to see Zora Zapata face painting at some of these great community events. But I don't want to take you away from the Caucus Foundation. Chill out. Don't get crazy. But stay tuned. All right, now we're going to go to that clip. And after the clip, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care of yourself and each other.
Is the red light on? Okay. Hello, my name is Osvaldo Alvarez. I am the Executive Director of the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation. The foundation was founded 22 years ago in 2002. Our mission is to foster the next generation of Latino leadership while advocating for the needs and the wants of the community. Should we walk over to my office over here? This is where the magic is happening a whole lot. And yeah, so the foundation, the Latino Caucus Foundation, is an organization that, again, as we were founded 22 years ago, we were founded by a handful of legislators. They were all male, they were all guys, they were all from Chicago. And their vision was really to have an arm as a public policy arm that can help the caucus, the Latino caucus. But then two, for this organization to serve as a mechanism, as a platform for future generation of Latinos to be able to engage with the legislative process and maybe one day, become elected officials themselves. Today, our caucus is 17 strong. It is mostly outside of Chicago now in places like Elgin, Joliet, Aurora, West Chicago, Cicero, you name them, right? And it's mostly women now, and it's actually a very young caucus. So what's interesting with that is that actually our organization is really a reflection of the Latino community, and that the Latino community is generally pretty young, and there's a lot of strong women, right, leading the course. So it's very exciting to be in this organization that, as a foundation, we serve as the nonprofit arm of the caucus. So many organizations out there, you may have heard of Planned Parenthood or Equality Illinois or many organizations. There's usually a nonprofit arm and then there's a political arm. Both are under an umbrella, but both organizations have a similar mission, right? Either an issue or a population, right? But yeah, so we serve as the nonprofit arm, and as the nonprofit arm, we basically have two real buckets of programming. One bucket of programming is under our next generation leadership program. So there we have a scholarship program that has been we've been having this legacy program for many years, and what we do is we award 20 scholarships every year to 20 students. And the requirement is that they are Latino and that they are students from Illinois. And so we're excited that 2 years ago we expanded our scholarship program by not only doubling the amount of money that we were giving out, but also by including those students who come from all walks and paths of life, from vocational training programs all the way to grad school or what have you. So our program honestly is really exciting to see that stage of 20 Latino students, see from cosmetology to engineering to veterinarian to social workers. It is really exciting because honestly, it is us honoring that hustle that all of us Latinos are doing, all in different paths of life, right? So it's really exciting. And this program not only did expand in that way, but it also expanded to now include leadership development components. So we provide from the leadership program, and then that includes from resume writing to what have you, a lot of different soft skills, if you will, right? But then there's also like a big piece of what we do with that program, which is very important to us, which is really to connect them to our board, our legislators. And I say that in that many of us in the Latino community, right, we don't necessarily come with social networks, if you will, that will connect us to that next job once we graduate, right? And so one of the things that we want to make sure that we do is that we can serve as that uncle or that godfather that can help connect you with whomever it is that we may know, right? And so we actually have like buddy system programs. We have a whole bunch of different things, right? To make sure that we do that. And anyway, we love our alums, and our alums are a big part of everything that we do. But anyway, that was just one part of the program. The other bucket of program that we do is public policy. So by public policy, a big piece of what we do here at the foundation is that we do public policy that is inside of the house, not outside of the house. So outside of the house is usually someone who is advocating for an issue. I really care about an issue. I'm going to do public policy. I'm going to equip myself with all of this data and this analysis, and I'm going to go and make my case, right? Here, we don't do that because you have to make the case to come through our doors, right? Once it enters our doors, we're the one who builds it. So we are the one who from the data, the analysis to what would it look like in different communities and different census tracts. So we're the ones who are doing everything in house so that in every legislative session it becomes policy in the state of Illinois. That is one piece of the program, and then the other part of the policy that we do is that we also do all of the analysis for all of the different state agencies in the executive branch of government. So from Department of Human Services to Department of Commerce to Department of Employment, we're the ones who are looking a whole lot into all of their procurement. We're looking into their contracting. We're looking into their grant making. We're looking into their goals. How many Latinos work there? Do they pay bilingual pay if they speak Spanish and English? We're looking at all of that, and we're putting all of that information in front of the caucus, right? And the reason why for us is because we want to make sure that we equip our caucus with all of the information that is necessary and needed in order for them to be able to best advocate for our Latino communities, right? And every year, with all of that being said, every year we put together a conference. And the conference this year is on September 19th at the Rosemont Convention Center. And the purpose of the conference is really for us to put in front of everyone all of the work that we're doing. We put all of our work in front of you, and then our basic and yet very complicated question to you all is, does this match your lived experience? That's all we want to know, because many times we can lose ourselves in data. We can lose ourselves in analysis. We can lose ourselves in what have you. And if we don't have that perspective of what you really have lived through, then we can't really advocate for what we really need. And I say this so that I can give you an example. For example, in data, for example, and I just mentioned cosmetology, so that's why my mind just went there, right? In data, we always hear about how some of these industries, some of these jobs, and some of what have you are probably not high growth, are not career path, are not all of these different things, right? And if we look at the data might show us that, right? Let's say cosmetology. Let's say the data shows us that it pays about $35,000 a year. But then if we ask a hairdresser, the hairdresser might tell me, well, you know, if I have 3 clients a day, a hair and color is over $100. 3 clients a day, 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, I ain't that bad, right? But that's information from our people, right? And that's information that is really needed because, again, we could be doing all of these policy decisions based on just the data. For example, let's suppose that we just went on data, and let's suppose we just did that in this same example. Then we can easily then decide, let's do away with any kind of funding that goes to cosmetology, right? But if we speak to people and if we know what they're saying, now we know what's up. So for us, that's why it's very important that we do for us to have this conference so that we can invite everyone and honestly just ask you, is this true? And if it is true, then here we go. And if it needs to be tweaked, then there we go. Every legislative session in Illinois starts in January. And so for us, that's why we do it in the fall, because it gives us enough time to tweak whatever we need to tweak. And then from there, you know, we go into the legislative session. So sorry if I bored you with all of this, but in essence, that's who we are. That's who the Illinois Legislative Latino Caucus Foundation is. And we're very excited to be the organization that is working in policy inside of the House.